I haven't left the parking lot yet. I haven't left the parking space yet. I'm emptying out all my pockets so nothing stops me in my pocket on the way home. I had all kinds of goodies in my pocket. I'm getting ready to drive home on this lovely, what day is it? Sunday. On this lovely Sunday. I hope everybody has had a good day. I did. Okay. So I'm not able to respond to any comments until I get home or if I stop somewhere on the way home. Or unless I talk to somebody in the parking lot before I leave the parking lot and park. There's people talking over there and I really want to go be rude / nosy and make some new friends, but I also need to get home because I want to get home. I can make friends another day. More friends. Everyone's my best friend in my head. I hope if you are a dad that you enjoyed your Father's Day and there's still a little bit of the day left and that you have a good rest of the day / a good year. A good everything. But everything is good. I feel like I should know the song, but I don't know the song. So what did everybody get to do today? It does not feel like it's 87 outside, but apparently according to my dash, it is 87. I had a bunch of caffeine today, and I did have some water, but I don't think I had enough water because my lips are super chapped. I didn't realize until just now. But to be fair, I did a ton of talking, and I enjoyed every second of it. I hope I didn't annoy my patients and their family members too bad, though. They were all super sweet and said that I did not annoy them. And when they ask if you're coming back, there's two tones that a patient and or a family member can ask if you're coming back the next day. And it's either like, are you back tomorrow? Or it's, are you back tomorrow? And it was the second one where there's hope in their voice. So I hope I did a good job. I tried really, really hard today. I try hard most days, unless like I feel like crumb, then I can't help it. I can try, but only so much because I don't feel good. It's been a while since I haven't felt good too. And like even though my right foot is like 30 years older than my left foot, not really, but that's how it feels. Still rocked it today. I had such a blast today. I did so much talking. I love talking so much. And it's nice when something as simple as distracting your patient makes them feel better. It's nice. And it's nice when they like to hear you talk. Although there was a few times I did try to be quiet, but only if I was sensing that I needed to be for the patient or if I was annoying the family. Believe it or not, that happens where I need to be quiet sometimes. Sometimes. No, I know that. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to eat for dinner. And I had planned about talking about something, but because I'm probably ADD, I have no idea what it was. I should start writing it down. That's what I should probably do. When I think about it, I should write it down. It's what good planners do. When I execute a good plan, I normally write down a list and check it off. Like a very type A personality. But mainly because if I don't do that, then I'll forget something, I feel like. Because it's hard for me to focus. Like a squirrel that way. But like a dog that sees a squirrel. What were you saying, squirrel? Sorry, I saw a squirrel. That's what I'm like. We were at a red light. Now we're at a green light because we're going. I was going to say otherwise I'd be fired. But not fired. I probably would have just smashed into the car in front of me. But this song right now reminds me of Smoking the Bandit. I don't know why. Maybe it's the banjo sound. Now I want to go home and watch Smoking the Bandit. what I originally started with. I hope everyone had a good day. I hope if you are a father, you enjoyed your Father's Day. If you are a kid who is lucky enough to still have your father, grandfather, or father figures in your life, whether they're your brother, uncle, dad, or if they're your kid and they're a father, then I hope you enjoyed your day. It's nice when families get together and enjoy their time. I know when I was growing up, it was like so not cool to hang out with your family, but I wish I could go back and get a lot of those moments back. You care so much about what your friends think, and sometimes if you're lucky and you find a good group of friends, we were at another red light, and now it's green. Sometimes you're lucky and you find a really good group of friends, and you stay friends with them forever. And of course, everyone has moments you don't get along on everything. You need to work through those. And if you're able to work through those and stay friends for a really long time, those friendships are like the best people you will ever meet in your entire life. I have a handful of people like that where I've known for like 5 or 10 years or more. A lot of those people in my life are coworkers. I love my coworkers. But I have a select few that like I've known since like high school years and college, and like when I first got my job as a nurse kind of thing, when I first moved here from Seattle. My eye is twitching. Oh, it's driving me crazy. Have you ever got a twitch in your eye? Really annoying. Anyhow, if you're lucky enough to have a good group of friends, then I understand spending time with them, but if you're a youngin' under, if you can't get it back, 9 times out of 10, spending that time with them. It might seem like kind of lame. It's not lame at all. There's nothing. And then you have your family that they act like your family. Treat you better than your life. I mean, so. Flavor. You do you. Don't let me tell you what to do. That's not what I'm trying to do. Not about that. Try to tell me what to do, and I don't listen half the time. Oh, I like this, but I don't know. It's time to change it right now. I'm on the way home. I had a really good day at work, and I'm excited to go home and celebrate my husband until he wants to go to bed, because he has to work tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'm going to sass my dad, but celebrate my dad, because I didn't get to fuck him all day today. I like this one. In my mind, I can sing like this and play music like this. In another life, I would have been or maybe when I'm 80 in this life. I don't know what 80's my magic number. I like the 80's music. I like 80's hair. I like 80's cars. Well, some of the cars, not all the cars. I think like ColecoVision and, oh gosh, I don't think Nintendo came out. Like the original Game Boy, not Game Boy, what is it? I can't think of what it's called. There's ColecoVision and there's something else. Because my dad had like all the cool games growing up. We might not have got it brand new, but he would find it and hook it up. It was so cool. Atari. That's what I'm trying to think of. Atari. Oh my goodness. To be fair, I've been up since 5, y'all. And it's now 8. And I did eat today, but I mainly had caffeine and water. And of course a pineapple dream cake. Oh, I want another pineapple dream cake. Anyhow, I hope that you got to have a really fun day. If you were off today and if you had to work, I hope your day was equally as fun. You should do something that you enjoy. And if you don't enjoy it wholeheartedly, try to make it fun. That's what I would do. Like, I had some jobs that weren't like at the top of the list, but I have enjoyed every single job I've ever had. And the coworkers that I've had. You gotta make it fun. You gotta do something to pass the time. she's really nice and she cries a lot. I think I'd cry if I went to the restaurant where they're mean to you. Oh my gosh, my poker face. It makes me think of somebody doing this. Oh man, that's a dad joke for you. I took that from another person. That's not mine. Trying to decide what I'm gonna have for dinner and how I'm gonna stay up so I can read about microbiology and remember it. Nobody, surprisingly, has commented how you can read and retain stuff super fast. I remember there used to be these infomercials, and they would be on at like 2 in the morning after I watched whatever blow 'em up cool car chase scene movie that my dad and I would watch together. And then there'd be infomercials. There was one where it was like teaching people how to read really, really fast, and it was just showing people like scanning pages, and they're like, I didn't like to read at first, but now I love to read, and I remember everything I read, I probably should have bought into whatever that was. I should Google it when I get home. It's probably what after I eat, and after I celebrate Dad, and Dads, and my husband, and bug my kids a little bit. And maybe go swimming. I gotta fit a lot of stuff into a short amount of time, y'all. A lot of stuff. When you get off work, when you get home, do you just like go home and crash? Or are you pumped up because you're like, woo, yeah, you made it through work? Because like for me, it's both. Like there's like a moment where I'm like, man, I'm tired. Oh, no, I'm not tired. I got millions and millions of energetic things I can do. Oh man, I gotta do this to do the energetic thing. Never mind, just kidding. It's time for bed. I just need to be really fast at reading, and then everything will be okay. If you are a person who likes to read, congratulations. I feel like stuff, and I'm not saying that sarcastically, I'm just jealous because I want to be a person who likes to read. I'm just really slow at it because I didn't ever like to read. So unless it's something like, and this is going to sound so stupid, but The Hatchet, I recently purchased the book The Hatchet, like bought it, read it, and it just makes me happy. It's one of the few books that I actually followed directions in school and read start to finish. Didn't skim the chapters, didn't skim the back, didn't do any of that stuff because it was such a good book. I hope they make a movie out of that. And apparently he's got a series. I want to say it's Gary Paulson, if I remember right. And then one of my like English classes for nursing, the requirement for that was obviously a ton of reading and writing papers, but if you have not read The Glass Castle, I can't remember the author right now, but you should Google it and then order it and then read it. It is such a page turner. It is like one of the best things, scary, sad, happy, weird emotion, not sure how to feel about what you just read, page turning book, The Glass Castle. You should read it. I don't think there's a movie. If there is a movie though, I would buy it. And if there, I'm going to Google that too if I remember when I get home because I can't write it down because I'm driving. Oh, I think we're missing 30 deeds done dirt cheap. Darn it! Just missed it. I'm trying to think if there's a movie of that. Excuse me, The Glass Castle. If you haven't read that and you like to read, you should most certainly read that. Oh my god! Excuse me. I'm tired, but I'm not tired. I'm like super pumped, but tired at the same time. Because I'm excited to go home and bug my family. I'm pretty sure this is almost an oldie now. I feel like it's 10 years old. This is Marshall Lane. Don't think that's the first lane, but it is what it is. Not trying to tell anybody how to drive. I think I mentioned that in another video. You only do that if you want to fight with somebody. Don't tell anyone how to drive unless you want to fight. It's a good way to start a fight, I think. It might be. I don't know. I've never done it because I'm scared somebody would fight me if I did. as sassy as I can be. I don't like confrontation. I believe that. I can be very opinionated, but I try to make sure that if I disagree with somebody, that I can try to see someone else's point of view, which is very hard to do sometimes, especially now, for some reason. I don't remember caring so much when I was younger, but if one of my friends, especially, or a coworker, or an acquaintance, even if it is a stranger, I don't want to hurt someone's feelings because I disagree with them. And so when I have patients that they've been married to, like, together a really long time, I always ask them what the secret is so I can try to figure out what the secret to longevity is. If I had time, I do the research. Because, you know, that statistic that everybody always quotes, 50% of marriages end in divorce in the United States, and it's probably worldwide. Anyhow, a lot of them say that you got to pick the right one. You got to be a person that says yes sir, yes ma'am. Or something that they have said is, if it's not worth the rest of your life to argue your point over something, like if it's not worth possibly losing somebody, if it's not worth losing your life, depending on what the situation is it worth it to argue with somebody about something? Most of the time the answer is no. Like if you legit think about when you're in an argument with somebody, I hope I can circle back to the story that I have from a divorce situation. But anyhow, it's normally not worth it. Like, whatever you're annoyed with, whatever you're angry about, like, there's legitimate situations, but, like, is arguing really going to make it better? Especially if the person doesn't see your point of view and they're going to do whatever it is anyways. Like, why waste your breath? Like, just, you can be done and move on, or you can be like, hey, I don't want to argue with you about this. Let's talk about something else kind of thing. Like, it's really not that hard, except for if you let your emotions get the best of you. There was this one kid who, so I got to live in a fun form situation when I was 15 and 16 for almost a year. It was one of the best times of my life. And the downstairs was where the guys stayed, and the upstairs was where the girls stayed. So I shared a room with 3 other girls, and I definitely got caught singing into my hair multiple times, which is so much fun. Still do. Still get caught singing into my hairbrush. But there was these 2 guys that were roommates downstairs, and it came up in conversation somehow one day that they may or may not argue sometimes, and how one of them just escalates the argument way past the level of where it needs to be by throwing something fluffy. They specified like something, like not where they're hurt the other person, but where they're just going to shock them to the point where they quit arguing and the person doesn't even have time to think about what the heck just happened. And the next thing you know, they're being goofy and doing something stupid, but they're not arguing anymore. So I guess you could try to start a pillow fight if you're in the middle of an argument with somebody and see if that stops the argument or if it makes it worse. I'm just picturing people arguing and pillows coming out of nowhere. Oh man, maybe that's not a good idea, but this kid would do it. This kid could do anything though. He could do literally anything, and I can't imagine him getting an that when he actually told me that. It doesn't seem to add up, but I guess people argue about silly stuff. I don't know. Anyhow, I totally veered off topic. I don't remember what it was other than dinner when I got home. There's not enough time in a day. Happy Father's Day. I'm like halfway home. If you don't like talking, you probably won't like this because I love to talk. And yeah, today is a really beautiful day. It's a Sunday, which also happens to be Father's Day. Love it. Today's been a great day. Love my job. If you don't love your job, I hope you find something that you love. And if you don't want to work and don't have to, wicked mad props to you. Enjoy it. donkey and a mini pig and a peacock and either a horse or a couple of horses, because I feel like they need friends. I don't feel like horses are supposed to be alone, especially from what you see from like the coast with the wild horses. They run together. So I probably need 2 horses or 2 mules, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford horses. We'll have to wait and see. To be determined. Counting down. We'll see. I don't think I'll do that one at 80, because a lot of my patients like slip, trip, and fall and break something, and they're not all like in their 80s and up. Like I've had patients that are in their 30s and they tripped and fell and fractured their femurs. So you never know when the ground is going to come up and get you. But if you are 80 and riding horses, I feel like you're kind of begging for a fracture. I feel like you're begging for it. So I made it this far. We're at only long day, but it's been such a good, fun, long day. I'm talking backwards. So I got hit by a neighbor a couple doors down from where my dad lived growing up. I was crossing the street on my bike, had my helmet on, looked both ways. I was riding with my friends. We were on the way to the store. And the car didn't honk, didn't slow down. It just moved over, and it was like 1 lane of traffic that way, 1 lane of traffic that way. And it looked like they were in the other lane going away from us, and they just hit me. Good thing I had my helmet on, because otherwise something else probably, I might not be here, because I legit did a somersault, and they told me that they think the bulk of the energy of the hit somehow landed in my right hand. So I had to wear a cast, which was actually really cool, until it healed for, I want to say it was almost 2 months I had to wear a cast, or 6 weeks or something like that. It was really cool to have people sign it, though. It was gross having the cast of casts are like, ugh. Yeah, they're pretty gnarly. It's a good time now. And then back in the day, so this is how things work. People didn't sue each other. We just kind of like sucked it up. And that person who hit me gave my dad a fillet of salmon, a Hershey's bar, $50 to pay for my bike, and I think that was it. We didn't sue. We didn't do anything. We just went about our business. The ambulance ride probably cost more than the $50 in the salmon and the Hershey's bar. And we just, it was what it was. I've seen so many episodes of Judge Judy where if I was the person who, like, for example, like if I was to run over a bicyclist and it was my fault and I had time to stop or whatever, or they were crossing an area where they were supposed to cross, like I would have to pay. But not back in the day. That's not how things work. Have you ever broke any bones is the question. If you did, what bone did you break and how did you break it? I'm hoping I don't break any more bones. I'm finding that the ground seems like it's very far away the older I get. And especially with the patients that I see, it's like, you do get like your motor vehicle crashes where like your smashed person has like X amount of broken bones because they were smashed in a vehicle, or they were walking or riding their bike or on a motorcycle and they were against a car or a truck or something and the truck or car won. But for how durable a human body is and bones, I feel like I'm not as invincible. I can't believe I'm even saying that, because I still have moments where I do really silly stuff. Like the other day, and by the other day I mean this was probably a year ago now, I was like, oh, I can still do a walkover. Like it looks to me, I'm doing a flip and I'm a ninja and I know karate, but my body had other ideas, and thankfully I didn't break anything, but I feel like I got very lucky. I can still do a front walkover, but I think I need to stretch now. Like it's not an option, like I have to. Like when you're young, you don't gotta stretch. You should stretch, but you don't got to. You don't have to. The proper, whatever. Anyhow, but I should definitely stretch. And when I was growing up, I could push-ups, but I could never do a back walkover or that really cool move where you're breakdancing and you fling your feet all over the place. That's on my to-do list. I want to be able to do a back handspring walkover where it looks like I'm doing a backflip pretty much. I don't know if that'll ever happen. I might have to turn into the bionic woman for that to happen. With all this artificial intelligence, it could happen. I might be the legit bionic woman where I just say, artificial intelligence, make me do a backflip. And then, bam, backflip. I feel like maybe when I'm at 80, there's that magic number again, it'll happen. Maybe. Probably not. I don't know. Terminator, Idiocracy, Demolition Man. Those movies are all coming true, it seems like, in some form or fashion. Like with artificial intelligence and like robots, like there's restaurants in other countries and maybe here in the US somewhere that are totally run by robots. There's no people cooking the food, seating the people. The only people in them are the people eating, the patrons. So someday Terminator could come true. Hopefully artificial intelligence does not choose to eliminate us. Oh, there's deer. I hope they stay over there. If I might, I'm Bambi, and I'm not Bambi. I'm Snow White. And I would love it if deer would just come up to me so I can pet them. I did it one time go hunting, but I don't think I can hunt anymore. After having my last kid, something changed, and I just want to pet them. I don't want to hunt them. Oh, man. There was a lot of really cute deer back there, but I'm glad that they're way off the road in someone's field, probably eating their crops. That's not funny if you're the farmer, but it is what it is. Hunting season's not for a few more months. Although I think bow season might open in 2 months or something like that. I don't know. I don't hunt anymore, so I have no idea what season is. There was this one time, not at band camp, but in the middle of hunting season, I did not have a bear tag, but I was in what we call the bear stand because we were 99% sure that a bear was dragging the seat out and messing with the foam. So if you ever go bear hunting and you want to see if you can get a bear to come to your area if it's not considered baiting, put like a big foam cushion chair out there and see if a bear comes and plays with it and like rips it apart. So I was sitting in the bear stand, and next thing you know, I was watching for a deer, but a bear came out, and I was panicking because it's a black bear. I don't know anything about bears at this time. I still don't really know anything about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die. This bear is going to eat me. It's going to kill me. So I'm sitting there, starting to tear up, starting to cry. My ex-father-in-law is like down another path, and my husband's, at the time was my boyfriend, was down another path, and I'm texting him, like crying, trying to hold him, and I like muffled like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a deer in our yard. I wonder if I can zoom in. I'm in the driveway. Hold on. Deer in our yard. Vitu, Vitu, Vitu. Say this. What happens when I say this? Rawr. Stitch lover. Bombola cat BBL Drizzy. I don't know what that is. Is you going to a camp? Let me go to. I don't know. Be happy, sing, please. Oh, thank you. Gracias, Israel Moreno. Again, ADHD. I don't know what. This is crazy, bro. Oh, Lime, I'm sorry to disappoint you. It looks like it's 2 cars following her. Miss a look on the live. Hello. Nickel for a pickle. Bro, she's about to get robbed, bro, on live. Someone record. I'm recording from car. I don't know what that means. I'm not in a Honda Civic. Oh, man. No, but people did think I did do drugs back in high school because I'm naturally like, bam, what? What is this live even about? You can call him and tell him I'm driving while talking to myself in my own car. That's fine. You can do that. Bro, the car has had it with that yapping. No, my car loves it. If you don't know what SIU is called Surgical Intermediate Unit. Oh, did the deer migrate? I'm reading these comments. I think the deer ran off. Ragey, woo! Be alert, alert. Oh, Tony, did you say something not nice? Did somebody else say it? What is that? LOL. Something, something. Rada, rada. There's someone following you. I didn't run any red lights. I'm not crazy, but it's a matter of opinion. It's all good. Oh, who cares about Father's Day? I just like to talk. I don't care really what it's about. Might be the worst audio. Oh, dang, got some burn attempts. Who is 5 mentioning Skibbity? Who is 5 mentioning Skibbity? Come on now. Where? Where's the spider? No, it isn't taken away from Father's Day. Where's the spider? I don't see it. Hi, Kaden. Hi, Emily. Hi, more prods. Hey, Mamines. Emma. I do have no name. Hello. I'm Max. Oh, man. You don't like it, but yet you're watching it. Blah, blah, yeah. What? Who tuned into the live that they didn't like? Not it. So, anywho, SIU is this floor where people who get shot, stabbed, attempted murder, stuff like that. Once you work on that unit, comment away. Comment away, because ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. Oh, man. I'm in my driveway. Say whatever you want. I'm in my driveway. I don't drive a Honda Civic. That's cute, though. Ain't nothing wrong with a Honda Civic if you got a Civic. I would love to have a Honda Civic. I love to have anything that runs. Besides me. I can't run. Oh my gosh. If you only knew the stuff that you hear at my job. A lady full-blown cussed me out today, y'all. Say whatever you got. Say it. All right. So, if Father's Day offends you, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that Father's Day offends you. It don't offend me. I was just trying to be nice to the dads out there. And I love to talk, and I don't really care what it's about. My goal is to find out as much as I can about people in as little amount of time as possible. So, everyone who's on here, I can't get over the trolls, but it's all good. You're viewing. So, it is what it is. Everybody have a good day. Happy Sunday. Have a good week. Unless I get on here before next week, then if you happen to get on this live that you don't like to talk mad crap, have at it. Joke's on you.